One of the first steps that you can take when you want to reclaim your life from pain is this. Stop talking about your illness with people that can't help you. So now, why would this matter? Why would something like not talking about our disease actually help our future state or even our current state? The answers are actually quite interesting, and we can look at them in several ways. What I want for you is for you to begin breaking apart illness from the inside out. And it's entirely possible. And this is obviously something that you want too. And one of the first areas of control that we have as people with disease is how this disease presents itself in our social environment. One thing that a lot of us have done in our lives who have lived with pain for a while is we get in the habit of talking about our pain when we don't really need to be. We could be talking about how much pain we were in yesterday or the day before, just for the sake of conversation or even complaining. And when we do this, we are repeatedly bringing up emotional pain back into our conscious mind, into our realm of thought. And that actually impacts the brain in several ways. When we're focused on something negative, the body releases hormones that correspond with those negative thoughts and negative emotions. So, one thing that we can do is we can be wise about what we choose to talk about every day. We can let go of this little bit of negativity that we would otherwise be talking about, and we can do this by choice. And in return, this changes the hormonal response of our brain and our body. And this literally helps ease our pain on a symptomatic level and deeper on a cellular level. Secondly, let's look at this from a neurological perspective. Your brain, your brilliant brain, is wired to receive the information and process the information that it receives most frequently. So when you're learning something new, for example, call it a new skill, it may take some time, but your brain will develop a thin little pathway. That's its ability to process that new skill. Now, the more you do that thing, whatever it is, the bigger this pathway is going to become. And here's where it gets really interesting, because chronic pain is processed in the brain just like learning a new skill. So people that have lived in chronic pain for a long time like ourselves, our brains have essentially learned pain. And we have these pathways built around physical and emotional pain. And what we want to do is to take steps to unlearn pain, which is entirely possible to do. So when we stop talking so much about our illness with people in the world around us, especially, and the real point being, those people that can't actually help us, we're just talking to talk, which we can do quite often, it means that this pathway gets used a little less, which is a good thing. Because just like a muscle that's not being used by your body's smart, and it will take energy away from that muscle, so the muscle gets smaller, and it'll put that energy elsewhere in the body. Okay, say to your legs, if you're using your legs more. So it'll reallocate that energy. It'll do the exact same thing with your brain. And what we want are these neurological pathways to get smaller and smaller and smaller. When you begin to adopt this habit of not talking to people that can't help you, you might be amazed at something. You might be amazed at how frequently you feel the urge to talk about it. Okay, exactly what we're asking you not to do. And one reason for that is because these pathways are big and your brain is used to that information being processed all the time. So it's going to almost want to process it. But when you install this new habit, this pathway does not get fired and it leaves your brain physically looking like a healthier person's brain. And this is the cool thing. When the brain changes, the pain changes. Remember that, okay? When the brain changes, the pain changes. Now, quick disclaimer for anyone. I fully encourage you to talk to people that can help you. Communication is a necessity. I talk with people about their diseases almost daily, but it's in a positive way. So that's the point. So your action step today, my friend, is to become aware of how and with whom you're talking about your condition with. And just pay attention to it. Just become aware of that. And when you make these two changes in your life that we spoke about, both your social experience, which reinforces you, and your brain programming will literally change for the better. Guys, if you have questions or comments on this, definitely don't hesitate to let me know. And if this type of thinking is new to you and you like it, Definitely make sure you subscribe or like this page or channel wherever you found this information. And because we're all in this together, we can all use helpful information. Consider sharing it with someone that you know that has AS or anyone else who you feel can benefit. I am Sky Denton. This is AS Freedom, and I congratulate you for showing up and creating for yourself a healthier future.